Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a former EKU president has finally made it back to the United States after being trapped on a cruise ship for weeks. And we take a look at how the Kentucky Blood Center is using blood donations from recovered patients as part of an experimental treatment for COVID-19. And we head over to Breathitt County, where the sheriff has issued a warning about reports of people hosting Corona parties.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 1 minute after 6 on Monday, April the 6th. I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News This Morning. We are in my home. Brandon is back at the studio. We're doing the social distancing thing as best we can. Let's bring Brandon in this morning and get a little see what we're expecting on this Monday after a gorgeous weekend.
It was absolutely a gorgeous weekend, Will, and it's good to see you, even if it's from far away. But we're going to continue to see again the possibility for a little bit of mix of everything today. Sun and clouds, maybe a stray chance for a shower or two. Let's take a look at what's going on this morning on the satellite and radar, and you'll see a few clouds drifting in, but for the most part, all the stray showers have already moved out, for now at least. Outside WYMT, fairly quiet this morning. Temperatures falling into the 40s out toward Cumberland Valley, I-75 and Lake Cumberland there, still at 52 in London, and the 50s still hanging on there for parts of the Kentucky River and the Big Sandy going into southern West Virginia and southwest Virginia. 72 is what we're expecting today, but we are watching a couple of things. We are watching those stray rain chances today. We're watching the possibility for some strong storms tomorrow and going into Wednesday. We'll talk all about that coming up here in a little bit. Will?
All righty, Brandon, thank you. Well, last night, Governor Andy Beshear confirmed 38 new cases of COVID-19 here in the Commonwealth. That's not as big a jump as we've seen on some days, but the governor did warn Kentuckians yet again not to read too much into it yet. The governor also announced 5 new coronavirus-related deaths. He asked everyone to light up their houses and homes in green, as well as a new partnership that could significantly increase testing here in Kentucky. Shelby Smithson has more.
5 p.m. in Kentucky has taken on a new meaning. It's not just the end of a workday or time for rush hour traffic.
The time we get together every single day, we talk about the coronavirus, but mainly we recommit each and every day to doing what it takes to protect so many Kentuckians.
At his press conference Sunday, Governor Andy Beshear announcing at least 5 deaths and at least 38 new confirmed COVID-19 cases. What sounds like a dip in the day-to-day numbers, Beshear cautions could be deceiving.
And this is me being transparent. It's a low number. We could really celebrate it, but I wouldn't read too much into it today because of it being a Sunday and what labs are reporting.
On top of that, the governor announced a new partnership that may impact numbers in the opposite direction. An agreement with Gravity Diagnostics in northern Kentucky that will provide up to 2,000 tests per day.
That will almost double the number of tests that we can confirm in Kentucky in a full week.
While that will likely make each day's reported totals even larger, Beshear referenced 2 new graphs showing just how much each Kentuckian's actions are helping to flatten our curve in comparison to other states.
This isn't because of me, it's because of you. The harder you work, the better we will look, not just compared to other states, but the better that we will protect people in Kentucky.
At the state capitol, Shelby Smithson, WKYT.
Now, Governor Beshear did announce that at least more than 300 people in Kentucky have recovered from COVID-19. Experts are still projecting cases to peak sometime in early May. Well, Leslie County now has its first confirmed case of the coronavirus. Governor Beshear announced the county's first COVID-19 case in his daily news conference yesterday. It was also confirmed by local health officials. The patient is a 76-year-old woman. She is in self-isolation and is reportedly doing very well. That's great news. We have more details about the case and others in WYMT's viewing area on our website over at WYMT.com. Well, Breathitt County Sheriff John Holland took to Facebook Friday about reports of people gathering in different areas of the county and having, quote, Corona parties. The sheriff asked people to follow the orders from Governor Beshear and the county judge executive. The sheriff said he and Breathitt County deputies will patrol the county, and they are taking every report seriously. He asks that anyone who is participating in the gatherings to please stop. A Harrison County man that recovered from COVID-19 has donated his plasma to patients with the virus. They say this could be key in fixing or helping people with the virus. Now, the Kentucky Blood Center is joining the effort. People that have recovered from COVID-19 have been eager to donate blood and plasma to the center. The experimental treatment could have a major impact on stopping the coronavirus.
They've done this therapy before in the past with other outbreaks like SARS and Ebola, and it had proven to be successful. And so obviously at this point we know that there won't be any harm to the patient who's still in the hospital, but they're hoping that the antibodies will just help that patient start to turn the corner.
If you are a recovered COVID-19 patient who would like to donate plasma, you can sign up online. Well, former Eastern Kentucky University President Doug Whitlock and his wife are finally back on American soil after being stuck on a cruise ship for weeks. The voyage was scheduled to finish on March 19th in Argentina, but the country refused to allow the ship to port. Now the ship is docked in Florida. Olivia Russell talked with Whitlock and gives us an update on what's next for him and his wife.
We're ready to get out of here.
It's been 1 month since Doug Whitlock and his wife boarded the Coral Princess cruise ship in South America. They've been stuck at sea for 3 weeks now when Argentina refused to welcome passengers.
No one on the ship now has been off the ship since March the 13th.
They're now docked in Florida, but a lot has changed in those 3 weeks. Many travelers on board have tested positive for COVID-19, including 2 people who died. Whitlock and his wife are lucky. Neither has shown symptoms for the virus.
Before we can get off the ship, they'll do a health screening. They'll take our temperature, vital signs, and that sort of thing.
But the threat won't go away when they get off the ship. Passengers will be flown into larger airports and then fly home. Whitlock says he's prepared for the air travel, though.
We've got some wipes to wipe down surfaces that's supposed to kill about anything. And we're just going to be very cautious, stay distant from people.
Governor Andy Beshear issued an executive order which will require Whitlock and his wife to self-quarantine for 2 weeks when they finally get back to the Bluegrass. Whitlock jokes that'll be easy because his house has a lot more space than the cruise ship cabin. But most importantly, they're just ready to be home and to be safe.
We're starting to get stir crazy.
In Lexington, Olivia Russell, WKYT.
Now, officials are still not sure how the coronavirus got on the cruise ship, but Whitlock believes someone may have picked it up while on an excursion. Well, a public gathering to honor the victims of the worst U.S. mining disaster in history was canceled, or in decades, was canceled yesterday. On April 5th, 2010, an explosion at the Upper Big Branch mine in Raleigh County, West Virginia, killed 29 people. While a memorial event was supposed to take place yesterday, the decision was made a few weeks back to cancel the event due to the coronavirus outbreak. Mourners were able to lay wreaths at a memorial site on Saturday. Officials from the London Laurel County Rescue Squad say a man was stranded on a dam after a boating accident Saturday. The man was stranded off of East City Dam Road. The rescue squad, along with other agencies, were able to take a boat out and get a life jacket to him. Once the man had the life jacket, they were able to bring him on their boat to safety. Rescue squad officials want to thank everyone who assisted in the rescue, especially the West Knox Fire Department. Well, a golden alert continues this morning for a missing Whitley County teenager. Mackenzie Ledbetter was last seen Thursday around 11 p.m. off of Underwood Road in Rockholds, Kentucky. Officials say she has a nose piercing and a tattoo of a double heart outline on her wrist. Officials put out a golden alert because she requires depression medication. If you or someone you know has any information on her whereabouts, you are asked to call Whitley County 911.
Not a bad start to the day here across the mountains. It's a little bit on the cooler side, but still not too bad. Maybe a light jacket this morning as you head out the door. We'll take a look at temperatures, and you'll see those in the 40s and 50s. A little cooler down toward Monticello, but they're always a little cooler down that way. Mostly upper 40s and low 50s across the region. So not a big change from yesterday. Some spots a couple of degrees colder, some spots a couple of degrees warmer. Your emoji cast for today: stray chances, but mainly dry, still mild, and chances for strong to severe thunderstorms possible both tomorrow and on Wednesday. Will?
Hey, Brandon, thank you. And thank you for joining us on Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. Coming up, we will tell you how some airlines are giving customers more flexibility for rebooking flights because of the coronavirus pandemic.